my BFFs with me, Maddie and Lo.
Hello.
And we thought it would be fun if we did a little Q&A for you guys, just about tons of different things. We asked any question you guys wanted, but specifically like about getting married young or having babies young, or like how we met. I know you guys have a lot of questions. Numero uno was, how did you all make the decision to move to Hawaii, and what was the hardest part? I'll start. The first, for me and Connor, we decided to move to Hawaii when we wanted to move to BYU Hawaii and start school there instead of BYU Provo. And the hardest part for us, I would say, was definitely like the money aspect of it and finding like jobs and finding housing, but it all worked out. And it was like the best decision we've ever made. And
that was the first time we talked to you.
Yeah.
Because when you were wondering.
Yeah, so when we were deciding, we had a cousin, Jacob and Kara Covey, and they were good friends with Maddie's husband, Cole. And, well, both of them. They were good friends with both of them, just Cole. And they had asked that, well, Connor was wanting to do supply chain, and Cole was in the supply chain program. Connor was nervous.
That's probably the best thing that came out of them both doing supply chain.
Literally, I don't think we would have moved.
Right?
And we wouldn't have moved to Hawaii if it wasn't for Cole. Cole, remember? Cole's in this room. Remember when we showed up to Hawaii and we met Cole like the first time? And we were like, Cole, thank you so much for like convincing us to move to Hawaii. And he's like, yeah, for sure. Like, whatever, you know? Like, I remember when we called him on the phone. And
I was talking to speaker, but we were both probably there, like,
it was like,
bated breath.
I was dying because I'm like, if Cole doesn't say something good right now, like,
no,
Connor probably
he's the poster boy for Hawaii. If you wanna get convinced,
seriously, he was like, dude, like, I'm pretty sure you probably talked about surfing. You probably talked about like all the, I don't know. You convinced him. Whatever you said.
I also didn't want to be. I didn't want to make it seem way better. Like, you know, I had to be honest.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
So I was scared that you guys were gonna kind of not like it.
And then just be like,
that was so funny though. How did you make the decision to move, and what was the hardest part?
Okay, so we both had attended BYU Hawaii previously, but not together, and we loved it. And we always kind of like had this thing of like, yeah, like before we were even married, like when we were in high school, we talked about like we're gonna live in Hawaii together one day, and married and have kids, and that was always like our dream. But I never thought
so cute.
It'd be real. Connor was for sure the driving force. Like after we got married, the hardest part was he had a job at the time that was like he was doing really well at, and I was like, why? And we have all our family there. I was like, why are we leaving that? Like,
for sure.
It's just like hard going, knowing that we didn't have any jobs when we went out. Like, I had just taken off with my videography career, so I was like nervous to leave.
Yeah.
So I think that was the hardest part, is going into the unknown, no friends,
Yeah,
no family,
yeah.
no jobs, and it was just like, okay, the only pro is like that it's Hawaii.
Yeah.
Like that was our only pro.
It's so true.
But
It's crazy how many pros came
out of it.
Yeah,
but like going into it, I was like, Tanner, what are we doing?
Yeah, and Lo and I were saying too, well, we're gonna get to skip Maddie already.
And we were saying question number 2.
Bye. But Lo and I were saying, like, I feel like that move was definitely a thing where a lot of people were like, oh, like they didn't believe it. They didn't believe that it was
like,
gonna
they're
work
just gonna
out.
go for like a semester.
Yeah, they're like, it's
because a lot of people
right.
actually do. Like, it's not for everybody.
Say yours.
It was easier for me and Cole because we actually met in Hawaii. So I just went to Hawaii to go to school. We all went to BYU Hawaii.
That's where it started.
Yeah, that's where it started. But it was harder because I was originally going to go to school in Utah. All my friends were going to school in Utah. But I just kept like praying about it and feeling like I needed to move to Hawaii for school, but I'd never been there before. So that was like the hardest.
I didn't know
I had never been to Hawaii.
You've never
No,
been?
and the only person I knew
That's great.
who had been to Hawaii, like been to school here, was Randy, and we weren't even friends yet. Me and Randy went to the same high school together, but like we weren't friends.
Yeah, she was a year older.
She was a year older, and she was literally the only person I knew who had gone to school here. I had never visited, and so all my friends were going to BYU Provo. I was gonna do that, but then like literally last minute, I decided to put in an application here. Then I met Cole right away. He was already going to school here. He's older than me. So we met at school here, we got married, and then we just decided to stay. Like at first we were gonna stay till he graduated and then move to California. But then he graduated, and I was like, well, I want to graduate, so we stayed till I graduated. And then after I graduated, we were like, we can't live anywhere else. So the hardest part is probably was at first finding a job here, because it's just really hard to find a job.
It's pretty hard for sure. You have to be creative.
Yeah, so that was the hardest thing, is we both graduated, we knew we wanted to stay here, but
big jobs.
it was just like all the big boy jobs are far away. So that was hard, and then being away from family, but we've just made it work. We visit family a lot, and they come to us.
Pick a good one. Okay, how old were you when you all got married, and why did you want to get married early?
So,
yeah, Maddie, you go first.
I was 19 when me and Cole got married. So I moved to school at 18. We dated for like 10 months, got engaged. They got married like a couple months before I turned 19. And we got married young. First off, like,
well, the main reason.
That's literally not why we got married, but we all.
That's part of our religion, though.
So,
yeah, for sure.
To have sex. And so that was like one of the things. But we just really knew. We just knew like we were so in love, and we had spent so much time together. Because actually, like being out in Hawaii when there's no family, like we were just together 24/7. Like we were each other's family here. So like we just knew we were in love and we wanted to get married. We didn't want to be.
Yeah. Wait, how old was Cole when you got married?
24.
Mm-hmm. I was 20, I think. Yeah, you were 20. I had like just turned 20. I love that you know. Yeah, you were. And Connor was 23. And I feel like we just wanted to get married young, because we obviously wanted to start our life together. We knew we wanted to be together forever, and we thought like, why not? I know we were young, and a lot of people are like, that's crazy, like you haven't figured anything of life out yet, but I feel like that's like what made it fun. Yeah. Was like going through all those things together. Like we grew so much.
We had all dated people.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So it wasn't like he was my first boyfriend. I knew what I wanted.
Yeah, for sure. I dated a lot, and Connor dated a lot,
and I don't think like you got married youngish, but like both.
I was yeah.
But like I did not plan on getting married at 19.
Oh no, I thought like, for sure. Like,
I was like, I don't want to get married till I'm 25. But then I met Cole, and I was like, I have to marry.
Yeah. How could you let him go?
Yeah.
Lola?
Yeah. I was 21 and Tanner was 22.
Okay, she wasn't that young.
You're like,
Lo was really older. She got married. So it doesn't apply.
This question doesn't apply. That's cute.
Yeah, so I was 21, Tanner was 22, and
Tanner was
22, and yeah, so we knew each other since high school. We met my junior year and his senior year. And I knew I wanted to marry him in high school, but he had to.
You had to wait so long.
I knew it was going to be at least 4 years until I could marry him after high school. But yeah,
so
we knew we loved each other.
Because he was going on a mission.
Yeah, so he served a 2-year mission, and that was before the age change. So he went to a full year of college and then served a mission.
That is
so that was
slow. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so it was a full 3 years where I knew like.
I feel like I cheated.
I know, it's so cheap.
Seriously, you got him.
It stinks that I met him so young, but also it's like so awesome because then we have all these memories together.
Did you plan your pregnancies together?
I was waiting for this question.
We got in a circle, we cut our wrists, and we're doing this.
We text each other. Are you ovulating? Yeah. I am. Let's do it. Are you ovulating? No,
so funny.
Yeah, we get asked this question like
every day.
Literally
every day.
Time. And the question is kind of like a yes and a no. Like, no, we didn't plan to get pregnant.
We all planned to get pregnant. We all wanted to graduate college. So we all met in college.
Exactly.
We lived like right by each other. So that's how we all were like in the exact same stage of life where we got married for a few years.
Yeah.
Lo was waiting for Tanner to graduate. Maddie was waiting for Blake to graduate. Mm-hmm. Me, Britt, and Randy were waiting for ourselves to graduate. Because we just didn't want to have a baby in school.
And I was literally 8 months pregnant when I graduated.
Yeah, I was 6 months pregnant when I graduated.
So pregnant.
Yeah.
So we got lucky though that we like all ended up being pregnant.
And we didn't expect to get pregnant so quick.
Yeah, like I was like, okay, we're gonna start trying around this time, but like I expected it to be like a year.
Yeah,
and I didn't like we all talked about it, like, oh yeah, like I'll start trying probably around then.
Yeah, we connected.
Yeah, I never connected like we're all gonna be pregnant at the same time.
Well, because it's crazy, it worked out like that. Like I remember always asking each other like, when are you thinking of getting pregnant? When are you thinking of getting pregnant? But it was like, obviously that's not something that you're gonna like decide based on like when you're
but it's to it. I will say though,
but it was the best.
I would plan it. So because
that was the other question.
If we all get pregnant at the same time, it's planned.
But everyone was really
it was literally the best thing ever because we were like all the exact far along.
I don't know.
And we would just complain
how
about
I could have done it without like. Honestly, I was so lucky because I was like the last one right after you. Well, Maddie, really, and then Lo, and then Maddie, and then Randy, and then it was me. So I had like 4 people to watch.
It was
awesome. So nice to be able to like be like, guys, this is happening, did this happen? And
Is
they're
this
like, oh
normal?
my, like we would go on walks every single day down
Yes.
the same bike path. And
Yes.
there was like 4 of us pregnant
Yeah.
girls, so pregnant.
And what's funny is
I
that
miss
we
that.
did that,
Can we
and
do it
like
again?
cars would like drive by and like honk at us and like wave, and we're like,
We were
why are
so-
people like doing that? And then I gave birth, and I started driving down the road to like, I remember I was going to like an appointment for Ozzy, and
Yeah, I
I was
remember
driving
that
down the
day.
road, and I saw the 3 of them because I dropped off because I had Ozzy.
And we would get like
3
I
of them
remember
were
that.
walking down, and I saw them, and I could not stop laughing because it did look so funny, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I literally honked at them, and I was like, that's why people are like
Dude,
laughing.
and picture this though. This is
This
probably
is good.
one of the funniest days ever. Lo was like how many? Like maybe 2.5
We
weeks
got our
out
nails
from
done.
having
I
a
literally
baby.
was 2
Oh,
weeks
we all
out.
got our nails done.
I was like 2 weeks out.
And all of a sudden was just like, I'm pregnant. And then I was like, you guys gotta follow. We're like, no, we
I'm like, I'm sprinting.
So she was sprinting, we're all running.
Literally
We're
huge.
literally 35.
And I was just like,
started 36
ready, set,
pregnant.
I'm sprinting to that pole.
And then she just kept
And then we
going
were like huge, like I don't know.
And we would tie each other's
so,
shoes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
That
gosh.
was
We would have to
Seriously,
pee on
the
the trail.
best.
Yeah.
Hardest.
We would have to stop, walk across the
Walk
street,
across the street
and then go into the bushes and you pee in front of the car.
I was peeing and I couldn't get up and the car drove by.
Every 10 yards, someone had to drop off.
We're like, we gotta
We're like,
go.
guys, you gotta turn around and go pee. Yeah, so definitely we'll want to plan our next pregnancy.
Yes.
Except for another
No,
question on
that
this
is
was
too
who's gonna have it
soon,
first, and I
Maddie.
think that's gonna be this girl.
Mhm.
Ah. 2.
Here's the deal.
Like,
I love being pregnant.
Maddie was
I miss being
literally born to be
weird.
pregnant.
So
Lo
like,
and I on the other hand hated it.
the thought of like being pregnant makes me so excited that I'm
Oh
like, I
my
just
God.
want it right now.
I was a puffy ball.
I was a
No,
I
you
was a
guys were
puff
so
ball.
cute. when you were pregnant. You were so
I was a little
I was a
blowfish.
little puff ball, swollen, Bessie.
But he woke up early from their nap.
Nah, boy. What would you do if your kids dated each other and then when they got older, or wait, they dated each other when they got older and then they broke up? Like, what would you do? That
cry.
is so hard.
I would
think
make
she's
them not
maybe-
date.
Yeah,
I
They
know.
have to go on
I think
vacation.
she's
They have to
referring
go,
if it's
like-
a bad breakup.
Okay, this is the thing.
Yes.
If they can't date, they're gonna be not allowed to date until like
college.
grown up.
Yeah.
Because
Because
I
everyone's
if they
gonna
get it
friend
before
it,
then,
and
it'll
they have
like
to
get
be at
awkward.
that. Yeah.
see my
They're all gonna
master
kiss.
plan
They're
probably
probably
gonna
gonna
kiss.
is
Also
Cole
gonna
was
be-
literally 5'2" when he was 16, so I'm hoping that Ozzy and Sky are taller than him.
Yeah.
And then I hope he gets his height
Wait,
late.
you're supposed to be taller than him so that he
So he can't kiss him.
Because they have to be.
I'm sure they'll kiss.
That is so.
No, they're
yeah,
gonna
they're
kiss.
maybe gonna kiss.
You know what though? Maybe
that's
they're gonna
funny.
think of each other as more brother and sister.
Yeah.
And then
Especially
maybe
if
later
I'm
down
all
the road.
I'm almost actually more worried for our second kids because I feel like Ozzy's gonna be like, oh, growing up,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
annoying. But
Yeah.
when we have
Yeah,
girls, they're gonna be like, ooh,
Ooh,
crew,
Knox.
And we're gonna
Yeah.
be like, no, they're
Off
they're
limits.
18-year-old big boys.
Yeah, our game plan is to hopefully have girls next, me and Maddie, and also Lo, so that they can date the older boys later
Yeah, they're not-
in life. Oh,
They're not allowed to date in
yeah.
high school.
Going again. Next question: how have you balanced your relationship with your husband, but like while having kids?
This one's like a little bit different too because we also work together.
Yeah.
And so we get to be with each other like all the time. And what's hard is like we'll catch ourselves like we're finally have a babysitter, we're going on a date, and then all we talk about is work.
Yeah.
Or you're
And we're like,
yeah.
and I'll always be like, can we like wait, let's pause this conversation and like actually just spend
Yeah.
the day with each other. So I
That
think
is so
we have to
true. That
remind
is so
ourselves
true.
that like we can't be work and like
It's
baby
so
thoughts 24/7. Like we need to give ourselves like time to just each other and like keep getting to know each other because you always
Yeah,
change.
It's really good.
And so I think that's what's been a priority for Tana and I, like going forward, learning from, okay, we haven't really like talked about anything other than like work and baby.
Yeah, it's so true.
So you just have to prioritize that more and like you actually have to put in time and work towards that. Whereas before it was just like all the time.
We've tried to do a thing where like, since we're influencers and we're always like recording or taking pictures of like our life and always having like our phone on us, I've tried really, really hard to take an hour every day and just put my phone away and literally just only focus on Connor and not like anything else, not about like the house being clean or anything like that. Like talk to him about his day, talk to him about like the gym, like whatever it is he wants, surfing, whatever it is he wants to talk about, because that way I feel like he feels like loved and like I care about him, and not just that like I'm always focused on crew. It's usually during his nap time that I just put it down and like focus on him for a little bit, as well as dates. And just it's hard when we work together, but it's also awesome. Yeah, because then you guys spend the whole day together. Because he didn't always work with me. Yeah. Like this just happened a few months ago. That's what I do.
Same. I think going on dates is really important because sometimes I'll be like, oh, we don't need to go on a date because like we're together a lot, or like it's just you, me, and
or we can take our baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But it's so hard now.
But then when we do go on a date, I'm like, oh my gosh, like why don't we go on dates more? So like Cole's younger brother lives in Hawaii, and that's really nice because him and his girlfriend will take knocks like once a week, and we'll go on a date. And also every single night we always.
You guys are good at that.
Yeah, we always hang out at nights. We put our phones away, put our computers away, and then for at least like an hour, hour and a half, when Alex goes to bed, we eat dinner together, and then we like talk, watch a show, we hang out. So we hang out every night, and that's like our date time.
It's definitely a work in progress though. I don't want like anyone to think we're like so perfect at that.
Yeah,
it's hard.
definitely.
Okay, dating advice for teenage girls. This was asked, so I'm sure you guys get this question all the time too. I feel like Lowe's probably really good at this because I didn't really date a ton of like serious relationships in high school at all. I never had a serious relationship. It was all just for fun. My advice I feel like would be to like just make sure that you're just having fun. Like don't get too serious. Obviously like it worked out for a long time, but I know like for a lot of people they think like that one relationship is like gonna be the rest of their life, and that's I feel like for high school it's like a learning stage, just like for you to figure out like what you like and what you don't like, and like to learn about yourself too. And so I would just say like have fun with it. Like don't get so serious about like making sure that this one relationship like lasts forever, but obviously it does for some people. We got our perfect love story over here. I'm like, don't act like you can have a relationship like Lowe's. No, but I don't know. That's what I would say.
I would say, try and go into it like making a lot of friends, go out of your comfort zone, and like don't just like exclude yourself to one group. Try and like hang out with more than one type of person, and if you do accidentally fall in love with somebody,
no, it's so cute. I'm so chilled. Accidentally.
Then make sure that he's really good to you, because I was in a very bad relationship before Tanner. I didn't know that he was treating me so bad, and I loved him so much that I like kept trying, and I was so heartbroken. Every time he would break my heart, I was just like a dead person. And so I think and then I met Tanner, and he was so great, and I was like, what was I thinking? So if you do fall in love, or if you do find somebody that you want to be with, make sure that they're good and that they treat you right, and have fun together, because Tanner and I grew a lot and changed a lot, and somehow we ended up together in the end. But like you don't really end up with people who you date that young, and especially if you have time apart. So I don't know, I would just say perspective.
I think it's just really important to know your own worth and like your own expectations, because I think so many girls meet a guy and maybe they don't treat him horrible, but they don't treat him that good, and they're just infatuated with being a girlfriend. Like, I just want someone to love me, that they will like
take crap.
They'll take crap, and they'll date people who don't treat them what they deserve. So like, I think it's important to first off date multiple people or be friends with multiple guys. You don't have to have like this insane romantic relationship with them, but figure out like who makes you feel the happiest, like who you're most compatible with. Even make sure that you find someone who makes you feel like you're the best version of yourself.
Another question I didn't choose, but that we had a lot, was like, how did you know that like your husbands were the one? And for me, it was like definitely the fact that he was my best friend. Like through and through everything, it didn't matter at the end of the day. Like he was my absolute best friend, and I would have rather spent time with him than anybody else. Favorite personality traits about each other.
Oh, wait, that's cute.
Yeah, that was a cute one. Okay. My favorite personality trait about Lolo is that she's so funny and lighthearted, and she literally can always make me laugh. Like every time I'm over, I feel like I'm always like in like a happier mood.
That's so true. Same. I feel like Lo is a really good friend, and you can always count that her door will be open. You can always go over to Lo's house. She'll always want to hang. But she is a really caring person. She's a really good mom. Lo is a very good mom.
She taught us
and she's like taught me how to be a best mom. So no, seriously, like I'm like about to cry. No, love is a really good mom.
We should start sobbing. I'm such a good mom. Totally. Okay, now me. And now everybody's about me. 3 things, let's go.
We're like, Britnee is 5'4".
And Britnee, favorite person, Britney has blonde hair. Say all that.
Britney is married.
Britney can't stop.
Britney tore her ACL. That's my favorite person ever.
Why am I
I
sweating?
cry over love. And it's like, Britney,
You
it's your
know,
3 years.
She knows quite a bit. She knows quite a bit.
No, that's so freaking funny. Dude, we can go with you, Matt.
No, it is.
No, you're next. You're next. Okay. Favorite personality trait about Maddie is that she was literally so welcoming, like to me when I moved here, but I feel like to everybody. Like she's so good at just being like friends to everybody and never leaving people out. And yeah, I just feel like you're like super good at like getting, you know, I feel like you could go anywhere and just like be friends with anybody.
That's so true.
Yeah.
Thank you.
My favorite thing about Maddie is that she also makes me laugh hardcore. I feel like we connect on that. And I feel like she's so like judgment free. Like you can say
That's
anything,
true.
do anything
Yeah.
around Maddie, and she does not judge you, and she just accepts you for who you are, and she lets you be you. And she's seriously so like I don't know how to describe it, but she's like herself through and through.
Yeah,
like
for
all the
sure,
time.
for sure.
And
No, like what's the word? No, fabricating anything.
like she could
So
get
real.
1 minute of sleep in the night, and she would be the same level of like happy and same level
so
of like
true.
let's go down,
It's so
down
true.
and down. Like
Yeah,
she's just like down.
you're always down. Yeah,
I love
that
that.
is literally Matt. That's your tagline.
That's
You
you.
did the game the other day. I'm
I'm
down.
down.
That was
I'm
I
down.
didn't learn that from you. I'm down. I'm
Yeah.
down. For anything, Maddie's always down.
Okay, let's do bread. Do you want to go first?
Yeah.
She's like, let me think. Are you pregnant?
Okay, I know what it is. Britt is a very good friend. She always knows what is going on in everyone's life, not in like a meddling way. Like
I'm
she
like,
doesn't know the
knows
tea.
it.
She always, I can always be like, I wonder how this person is doing. And Britt knows. You literally are like, oh well, they have this, and this, and they wish they like. I don't know how to describe it. You like literally care so much about your friends that you're always checking in with your friends.
Yeah.
I can always count if I'm like out of town, even for like 2 days. Britt will like ask me, how was it? How did not sleep? How were you? What did you do? What did you eat? Like she's so caring, and like I always feel like I could be your friend if we lived like a world apart, because you'd always check in on me.
That's so
And that
true.
is like you're just really a caring person, and you remember things about people. Like you always know people's birthdays.
That's
you always
awesome.
sign up. You like always sign up to
Love
bring people
birthdays.
dinners when they have babies. Like you're just always there for people, and I think that is a super
That's
quality.
so nice.
Yes.
Aw.
That's
And
literally what I
you're
was gonna
always
say.
happy too.
I was gonna say that you're the best friend.
She
No,
is.
she really is. She's like the
You guys
most
are so nice.
like thoughtful. I think she's probably my most thoughtful friend, where she just like really like thinks about people. She texts you, like she somehow knows when you're down.
Yeah.
She somehow knows when you need a little, you know, you need a little song.
So I said I question up. Just
You know how to be really
You guys
good
are so.
And I think you've stayed close with the people that are close in your life, like for a reason.
Yeah.
Because you know how to like maintain relationships with
Yeah.
people really well.
Favorite thing to do together, mine for sure would be surfing.
Mhm.
I love surfing with my girls. Love surfing with Connor too, but
One a
it's
day,
so
Chums Day.
fun. Oh,
Sunset day.
and I think that.
Wait, 2 things. I want to go to another island together.
Yes. for
And
sure.
second thing, I want to do a girls' day where we go surf and then we go get dinner together.
Yes, we deserve surf.
go
town.
surfing.
I mean, dude, have you been in Nordstrom Cafe?
no.
Let's surf town,
Yeah, that
go
would be
shopping,
so
and get
fun.
But
groceries.
also, we have to do a food tour.
Yes, it's our dream day.
Have to do a food tour. Have to do. Let's go do karaoke while there's something good.
And also going to
I know
see
this
the
is one.
I'm stuck.
Each of you say your favorite memory together as a group.
1, 2, 3. Pregnancy.
Oh, wait, is that one?
We were gonna say that.
I like knew we were all gonna say the same thing, but we're like, I'm like, 1,
my
freaking
favorite.
funny thing.
Not only the favorite, but the most iconic.
That's it. Yep, that's gotta
Also,
be it.
this trip.
100%.
This trip.
This trip, I was gonna say this.
We're
trip
not
for
sure.
sure. Guys, this is so freaking fun.
Being pregnant because I feel like
2, 3.
we became such better friends when we were pregnant.
Yeah.
Yeah. We like knew each other. And when you first have a baby, like those new mom, like those first couple months
are vulnerable.
You're
You
just
need
like
someone help.
and people on Instagram are giving you mom shit and hating
gosh.
on you, and you're like, no, I need you guys to tell me what I'm doing.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, well, thank you so much for watching, and we hope you guys loved it. And also, if you want some fun other YouTube videos with the three of us, your babes, you can check out Maddie's channel and Lo's channel, and there's some other fun goodies on there.
And subscribe to Britnee's channel.
Oh, and subscribe and like and comment.
Like and
Okay,
and do
perfect.
everything.